This video contains spoilers on Better Call Saul up through and including Episode 2 of Season 5. Viewers, please be warned. The spoilers are about to begin.
My father has nothing to do with this.
So instead, my dad decided to be a policeman. Like you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be doing great. I got 45 clients.
45? How are you gonna handle all that?
I got a system, but can we just look?
Make him rely on you.
How?
Find a way.
I'll find a way. I'll make him trust me.
No, you're not. You're making a mess. You either do it right or you don't do it.
But I want to do it.
You're done. You are done.
This is about your wallet.
Hey, slow down.
You're looking for turnover. You want to churn through more clients, make more money. That's your problem, not mine.
Oh, no. No, it wasn't me. It was Ignacio. He's the one.
Get in.
So we're just going for a ride? Or...
Lalo didn't send you? No, Lalo?
Who?
Oh, thank God. Oh, Christ. Oh.
So Nacho is in a bad spot. Gus is still squeezing him, and Nacho fears for his father's life. Meanwhile, Lalo doesn't seem to trust Nacho. He seems a little suspicious of pretty much everyone, and not without good reason. Lalo views himself as the man who will right the ship. So Nacho is stuck in a no-win situation. If he reaches a point where he is no longer useful to Gus, he will likely die, and perhaps his father too. But in serving Gus, he risks being caught by Lalo, who seems to have eyes everywhere. That lose-lose situation he's stuck in manifests when Nacho makes his daredevil dash to recover the stash. Lalo is mighty entertained by Nacho's daring efforts. He looks like he's enjoying a good show. But for Nacho, if he succeeds, he can perhaps gain Lalo's trust. And if he fails, well, then at least he's out of reach from Gus. Nacho succeeds, but I'm not really sure if this did a whole lot to earn Lalo's trust. Lalo certainly seemed to like him more after his daring heroics that saved the stash, but you still get the sense that Lalo remains suspicious. Barring an escape plan, the only thing that will prevent Nacho from pissing off either Gus or Lalo, he's probably going to have to pick a side here. Whether by necessity or otherwise, it feels like Nacho is probably going to ultimately have to side with Gus. Or perhaps he'll align with Gus via Mike. And Lalo can wind up being the presence that realigns the allegiances in this mini web. Because as much as Nacho's fate is tied to Gus, so too is Mike's.
We had a good thing, you stupid son of a bitch. We had Fring. We had a lab. We had everything we needed. It all ran like clockwork.
I told you to make those even.
I am.
No, you're not. You're making a mess. You just had to be the man. If you'd done your job, known your place, we'd all be fine right now. You either do it right or you don't do it.
But I want to do it.
You're done. You are done.
You keep your goddamn retainer.
Where's Kaylee?
She's in her room. She won't come out. She didn't eat dinner.
Why? What happened? Mike!
You're done. You are done.
So Mike seems hungover, but being the dutiful grandpa that he is, he's off to sit his granddaughter. And he's acting all grandfatherly and nice, spending time with his grandkid. And then he snaps at the poor child after she causes his mind to wander towards his son. He ultimately storms out in a childish fit. This isn't the first time we've seen Mike all worked up, but even so, he seems especially stressed out now. That he would snap at his beloved granddaughter that way firmly suggests he's not in complete control. Not the same guy who's usually cool, calm, and collected. Guilt over killing Ziegler is probably part of the problem. It's almost as if Mike is conflicted over the choices he made, much like Kim is conflicted over her own actions that helped encourage Jimmy on his transformation into Goodman. However this conflict plays out with Mike, we know two key things. One, Mike is not happy with Gus at the moment. Two, In the Breaking Bad timeline, we know he is incredibly loyal to Gus. So the unknown here is how we get from 1 to 2. What changes for Mike and Gus? Two guys with a lot of pride and stubbornly strong wills. I think the answer probably relates to Lalo's story, which possibly relates to Nacho as well, and indeed perhaps even Goodman himself in some capacity.
No, it wasn't me. It was Ignacio. He's the one. Lalo didn't send you? No, Lalo?
Who?
Oh, thank God.
Whether Lalo ultimately becomes the common enemy that reunites them or not, something needs to happen between Mike and Gus. I'm personally wondering if Nacho and or Gus won't ultimately wind up saving Mike's life.
I'm gonna be doing great. I got 45 clients.
45? How are you gonna handle all that?
So my brother's no problem?
His record will be cleaner than Doris Day's greatest hits. Catch you on the flip-flop. No one's gonna know about it. It'll be like it never happened. And also, I agree, we are totally done with all that. Over and out.
Jimmy, I know you were trying to help, but I don't want to lie to my client. I don't know for sure. It's possible they have new evidence. I don't want to lie to my client. No. He took the deal.
He took the 5 months.
Yep. Let's do it again. I don't want to lie to my client. Let's do it again. I don't want to lie to my client. Are you sure that's what you want?
Yeah. I thought about it, just like you said, and...
Covering the tats, that's excellent. Pull your hair back and lose the hardware. Her honor doth protest a chin pillar.
Saul Goodman is in the zone. He's hustling nonstop. He's looking for big client turnover, and he appears to be thoroughly enjoying every single second of his new existence. Saul is happy, and his ability to scheme, scam, defraud, and deceit are at an all-time high in the prequel timeline. Goodman is firing on all cylinders, and he's wheeling and dealing, and he's loving it, absolutely loving it. The only thing keeping him grounded in his former reality is Kim. That's it. And it almost feels as if Goodman is preparing to throw an ultimatum at her. Will she go all in with Saul Goodman? Is she in or is she out? Him showing her the house feels like he might be getting ready to force her hand one way or another. Maybe not. But that moment is coming for Goodman and Kim sooner or later, even if he isn't pushing for it. But the most interesting thing about all of this is we still do not know for sure how Kim will play this. She's always been in a consistently fixed gray area. Sometimes she encourages Goodman's scheming ways, and other times she tries taking the moral high ground and ruining all his fun. Kim wasn't exactly forthcoming with the truth when she told Saul that her client accepted the 5-month deal. And she certainly still seems to like Jimmy's company, as evidenced by the playful moment in the shower. I'm not convinced that Kim won't ultimately go all in with Goodman. That doesn't feel likely, but Kim isn't a character who's always acted in the way you'd expect. If Kim rejects Goodman, I think that's it. I'd imagine she just walks away. But if she were to dive all in with Goodman's scheming ways, I'm thinking this wouldn't end well for Kim, and that Goodman might even inadvertently put her life in danger. I have no idea what will happen with Kim. Maybe she lives, maybe she dies, maybe she winds up in jail. But for what it's worth, I'm beginning to suspect that her love for Goodman will ultimately overcome her concerns about engaging in shady behavior. And as for the car ride at the end, I suppose this indicates that Crazy 8 is going to be one of Goodman's first higher-risk clients. So if that happens, we can expect a big victory from Goodman here. This may tie into him needing help from Kim, maybe not, but it almost certainly will tie into the moving web that features Gus, Lalo, and Mike. So it will be interesting to see how all of these interconnected pieces will come together. But personally, I think Season 5 is off to a fantastic start, and indeed I'm very interested in seeing how things play out. Quick final note, unfortunately I will not have a chance to resume making Better Call Saul reviews until after Episode 5. My apologies for the gap, but I will return in a few weeks. And until then, enjoy the upcoming episodes of Better Call Saul. Thanks for watching, everyone, and have a wonderful night.
Kim, I can't go back to being Jimmy McGill.
Remember these faces, Dale. They are going to be on the cover of Fortune magazine, January issue. No, Dale's a good guy. He's not going to do anything.
Boring the man.
Oh, no, not really.
Jimmy McGill, the lawyer, is always going to be Chuck McGill's loser brother. I'm done with that. That name is burned.
I'm just worried about how this reflects on you. Jimmy, I know you were trying to help, but let's do it again. I don't want to lie to my client.
No, it wasn't me. It was Ignacio. He's the one. Lalo didn't send you? No, Lalo?
Who?
Oh, thank God.
Look at that. He's a fool, right?
There are so many stars visible in New Mexico.
You're done. You are done.
One more word. Mike, if you kill him, you're gonna have to kill me. Come on.
But I was a fool, playing by the rules. The winner takes it all. It's all good, man.
We're just going for a ride.
No, it wasn't me. It was Ignacio. He's the one.
No one's stepping on it, man. I'll find a way. I'll make him trust me.
We pick the stuff from the chicken farm, we cut it, split it, and it lands here. I'm with it all the way.
Michael, is that you?
You're done. You are done.